Now, under this node project one folder, under the project one folder, you will open the CMD. Okay. So go to the project one, click in the address bar and type all CMD and enter.
Sir, project one folder showing only one package for sir.
That is still going on for you. The command is still running or completed?
Sir, still running, sir.
Okay, let it run. Once it will run, you can follow these steps, what we are doing.
Okay, sir.
Okay, once you complete, then you can follow same steps, what we are going to do now. So, project one folder, we open CMD, right? We will write here, hope everyone have VS Code. We will write here code space dot, press enter key. Code space dot, press enter. Code space dot, press enter. Code space dot, press enter. Your VS Code should open. Code space dot, press enter. VS Code will open. Code space dot enter. Code space enter. VS Code will open. Now in VS Code you can see left side node modules, public folder as well as SRC. Okay. Node modules, public folder as well as SRC. Now in this project, what is set up? So many files and so many folders are there. Correct? The node modules you can see, node module, it is holding the list of packages, list of library that is required to develop a project in React. Which modules? Node modules. It holds all the packages, all the library that is required to develop a project in React. Public folder, you have a HTML file inside. User will open the page. User interaction will happen to public folder. Whenever any user will come to your website, they will open the page. They will interact with the public folder. Okay. Next, after that, we have SRC folder. SRC folder is the main folder where we are going to create the file and we are going to write the codes. Okay. Our entire project code will be under the SRC folder. Node modules is the folder that is holding all the packages that is installed during creation of the project time, and those modules, those libraries going to help you to develop your project, to support your project while developing. Public folder for what purpose? For user interaction purpose. You will open the face. Suppose you say Facebook is developed using the this one. Which one? Called React. Now, when we go to the Facebook, which page will open first? Right? Where is the page? That page will be under this folder. Call it a public folder. Okay? So our interaction happened to the public folder. Public folder is responsible to bring the respective content from the SRC. Okay. Public folder file will be responsible to bring the respective content from the SRC. All the files will be under SRC folder only. Our files, what we are going to create, we will be creating under the SRC folder. Package.json file, package.lock.json file. These files are holding the information what are the packages are installed in your project. Okay. And what is the location and where it is kept. Package.lock.json file, you click and see, it will show you complete path and where it come from and what is the name of the modules. And you see here, it says like under the node modules, there is a particular available on this path and it has come from here, right? They're all modules and they're related. Everything is here. All the packages related information you can find from this folder. Okay. Out of that, all the packages, what are the packages are required to run your project, that is available under the package.json file. In package.log.json file is holding all the information of the packages, what is available under the node modules. But to run your project, what are the packages are required, that is available under the package.json file. So manually, you are not going to modify anything under these files. This, whenever we install any package, automatically integration will happen. Okay. Our target will be this SRC folder. Now hope you are in the CMD and your CMD is pointing to the project one folder, right? To see the output of this project, when you have set up the project, some default pages will be there. Now to see any type of output from this project, right? We have to run some command. After that, React development server will start. Then it will give you some kind of output. So which command is required to start the React development server? That is called npm start. You will be running this command into the project one folder. npm space start. Enter. npm space start. Okay, hope done. npm start, enter. It will take 1-2 minutes to start the development server. npm start. Something like this. Once you run npm start, it may need take some time. After that, if a start happen, it will say compile successfully. Like whatever the project you have set up, there all the codes compile successfully. Once compilation happen, the welcome page will look like this. Right. Okay, so let me know once your file is compiled. npm start was the command. If successfully happen, this should be the final output in your browser. Your browser will open automatically and it will say okay. Next, we need to understand. It is saying like edit under the src folder, there is app.js. If you want to modify anything, you have to go to this folder, and after that, you need to modify this file app.js. Then the output may change, right? So we can go to that file and see what is written inside. You have a file here, folder called src. Under src folder, there is a file called app.js. Click on that. src, inside we have a file called app.js. Okay, you got app.js file. Come inside the app.js file. Few lines are written in the top. 2 line, import something, 2 line, delete that. 2 line is written on the top, import login something, delete that. There is a function called app.js app function. Inside the app function, also delete everything. Return is written, remove that all. Let it be something like this. Let it be something like this. Just make it like this. Normal function. Make it as a normal function. What we have seen in JavaScript. Make it as a normal function, what we have seen in JavaScript. So app.js file. Okay. So came to the app.js file. Now let's go inside app.js file. The return is written. Return what it represents. You can see this is a normal function of JavaScript. This is normal function of JavaScript. Inside that JavaScript function, usually we write some HTML code, we write some JavaScript code, correct? So what it says like, there is a function called app. Under this app function, whatever you write, it has to print something. So whatever you want to print, you cannot write directly here console.log or something. It is not only JavaScript. It is called a JSX. JavaScript and HTML together. Okay. It is going to call it a JavaScript and HTML together. So for that, you will write here one statement called return. Return. RETURN, return. This return word represent whoever will call the app function, what he will get back, what this function should respond. Like suppose you are calling the function app. When you call the function app, what output should come, right? So we will write here one H1 tag called hello React, right? Hello React. Then you will say like, we have never written a function in JavaScript like this, where directly we wrote HTML. But now we are able to write directly HTML code. Yes, we are writing directly HTML code. because it is not JavaScript, it is as a JSX. JavaScript and XML. Okay, JavaScript and HTML code together based on the XML rule. Write it H1, save the file, look into the browser. Write it, save the file. Then let's come to the browser. Okay, ready? Go to the browser, see what is print. It says called Hello React, right? Printing. Come to the code now again. Right? Hello React is printing. Hello React is printing. Okay. Let's come down below. After the H1, write one more paragraph there. Okay. After H1, write a P tag. Under P tag, you write React. You are too good. React, you are too good. When H1 you have written, there was no any problem in the function. But once you write the paragraph, there is a problem in the function. Problem came. So we are trying to find out some point where we should understand what is the JSX. Okay, so now you saw H1 you have written, function was working. As soon as you wrote paragraph, then problem came, right? As soon as you write paragraph, problem came. Then you will ask why this problem came. Because the code you are writing, it is not JavaScript, it is not HTML, it is not CSS, it is not Bootstrap. It is called a JS and then X. JS and then X. JavaScript and HTML you have to write based on rule of XML. Okay, we have to write JavaScript and HTML code based on the rule of the XML. We will create a XML document also, I'll guide you. We will write the rule regulation of JSX also, that all will guide you. But first, let's come on. So you are facing the problem, clear? Look into the browser, it will throw you the error. Showing the error, it is saying like JSX fragment mismatch here there at the point of P. If you remove H1, then P will work nicely. But once you add two element, error will come. It's failing the rule of JSX because of that. Okay. Now before H1, you open the div tag. Before H1, open the div tag. And after paragraph, close this div tag. After paragraph, close the div tag. Before H1, open the div tag. After P tag, close the div tag. Save the file. Save the file. Look into the browser. Save the file. Look into the browser. Anything is coming? Error is gone. Right? That is the first rule of JSX. JSX is like inside one page, if multiple element you are going to print, you cannot print all the element individual. You must keep all the element inside a parent element. Okay, that is the first rule of JSX. So you saw when you have written the H1, it was throwing the error. When you wrote H1 was working. When you wrote the P tag, element become more than one. Element is what? HTML tag. HTML tag become more than one, throw the error. Then what we follow? We kept H1 and paragraph inside a division. So what happened is it started following the first rule of JSX. Let me show you. Mine is also working properly. React, you are too good. Correct? Now let's go. Division you made as a parent tag. It's HTML, no problem. H1 you wrote, paragraph you wrote, no issue at all. As per the rule of the XML, the division you have open and close, it is not necessary that it should be only predefined tag. It can be a user defined tag also. That's called as a XHTML tag made by us. Okay. So you write here ABC open and close the ABC. ABC open and ABC close. Save now. Let's go to the browser. Hello React ABC you can write. So you will come to know, oh, really modification happened and it is working as well. Right? Hope you save the file. Look into the browser. Hello React ABC printing. That meaning the parent tag can be user defined also. So the first you saw, when we have added only one element, it was working. When we added more than one element, become fail. Then we follow the division as a parent tag. After that, XML says it is not necessary that parent tag will be predefined only. It can be user defined also. So what you given? You given call ABC. Again, React has some new feature. That feature is like, it is not necessary that parent tag will be user defined also. It can be this one as well. Empty tag. Now right here call empty and check once. See it's loading in the browser or not. Empty tag open, empty tag close. Working. So how many rule came in front of you? 3. Parent tag can be predefined. Parent tag can be user defined. Parent tag can be empty also. Now come. So this is these 3 what you have written for the use purpose. These 3 is for the use purpose. Now for the interview purpose. Okay. For interview purpose, you should have little more material to speak. So for interview purpose, you will add one more line. That is also rule of the JSX only, but it's not in used. Okay, people are not using it. It will become complex to manage the code. Okay, what is that? Let's go here. Open the square bracket. Close the square bracket. Hope you remember that. While creating the array in JavaScript, how you create the array? Inside the square bracket. Inside the square bracket, you keep multiple element, apple, mango, banana, Bangalore, Pune, Delhi, something. After every element, you put the comma. So here H1 becomes the first element. After that, paragraph becomes the second element. So after first element, comma is compulsory. Put the comma, save it. You can add one more, check once. Array format. Array format. Array format. Save it. Check now, working. Yes or no? Working? You can see here. Still it is working. I wrote array format, this comes here. Right? Let's go now. Add one more paragraph. Write this is third p tag. This is third p tag. But when you are writing the third p tag, this is the second, not third. Second p tag. When you are writing the second p tag, again error came. Why? Because we know inside the array, after every element, there will be a comma, whereas last element have no comma. So, right? So, after second paragraph, also after paragraph, first paragraph, comma is required. You can check it. Right? Next, what we have? Last paragraph. If I put comma here, any error? Look at the browser. Last comma. No error? No error, no? That's called last comma is optional. In array also, last comma is optional, but you should not give logically. If you think after the last paragraph, there is no element. Why you are putting separators? No need. When the new element will come after second paragraph, then we'll put the separator. Okay, comma is just like it is separator. Now, how many way you found? 4. One is called with the predefined tag as a parent element. Second one, user defined tag. Third one, empty. And fourth one as a array. In this out of 4, first, second, third is in use. This one is not in its use. Okay. But if anyone is asking, tell me the rule of the JSX. You can say JSX, we can write using the 4 ways. It has the 4 rules. Number 1, if I'm using more than one element, I should keep all the element inside a parent tag. Parent tag may be any predefined tag. Second one, in case if you are not okay with the parent tag as a predefined, your UI is getting break, CSS is getting applied there unnecessary, then remove the predefined tag, apply any user defined tag. In case user defined tag is creating a unusual element inside your browser element in browser DOM, then remove the user defined tag also and apply a empty tag. Empty tag, what it will do? Empty tag, this one. Empty tag. Empty tag will work like as a parent, but it will not create any new element in your browser DOM. So what will happen? Execution will be fast. ABC, if you are writing open and close, right? ABC you have written. When you wrote the division was working. When you wrote H1, browser is giving the font size is a bigger. When you wrote the P, browser is giving font size is a smaller. When you are writing ABC, browser need to look somewhere, no? Browser need to look into the dictionary. What is ABC here? Is it available or not? What is the property for ABC? Then browser will come to no. It's not exist in the library, so it look like a user defined. You wasted some time of the browser. So instead of that, what to do? Just give as a empty. Browser will not look into the dictionary. It will follow the rule of the JSX, as well as browser will not look into the dictionary for empty tag. So execution time will be fast. Last one, if you are not okay with this all, you can make your programming little more complex. You can use the square bracket. Okay. And whenever the new element will add, you keep giving the comma, but that is not much used in the market. People just keep it for the interview purpose. Okay. 4 rule you can explain. Okay. Now we'll go to the developer guide and we'll make a note. There we'll write this all the 4 rules quickly. And after that, again, we'll come back to the next point. Okay, so in React folder, you create a file called React Developer Guide. React Developer Guide. React Developer Guide. Okay, open this React Developer Guide in any of the editor, whichever you feel comfortable. Go inside that editor. Right here, first I have given you some idea of setting the project. That also you can add here. Later, after 2-3 classes, if we ask you to set up a new project, how to do that, you need to follow this step. This becomes the first guide for you. How to set up project in React. Okay, how to set up the project in React. That is this point. Okay, so you have this much already with you. Next, right here call component in React. Component in React. Okay, component in React. Component in React. Now, first I'll show you some definition from internet. It will connect you properly. Then we can write our own. Okay. Component in React, what is that? In JavaScript, you know the function. How many ways we can write the function? 3 ways. One is called function keyword. Another one fat arrow function. And one more was called anonymous function. Right? Mostly you have forgot. Okay. Revise that. In JavaScript, you have written in the beginning. Okay, when you have gone through this one. Okay. So component in React. Let me copy this line and come to the internet. And let me see one line, what people says. Hope you can read this line. It says the components are independent reusable bits of code. Components are independent and reusable bits of code. Look into our example. Can you see this one is a function? In JavaScript, when you write a function, one time you write a function, and how many times you can call the function? Only one time or multiple times? Multiple times you can call a function, right? So in the term of React, it's saying like it is an independent reusable code. It's independent reusable code. And then you remember the JavaScript where you write the function one time and you call the function multiple times. Correct? Then now question is in front of us. How to compare in React what is equal to component in JavaScript. in React, what is that is equal to component. No, sorry, in JavaScript, what is that equal to component in React? In JavaScript, what we have that is equal to component in React. 1 minute, okay? Yeah, that's okay. PHP developer. How many openings? You want to get trained on that. So tell me your name. Name. I'll give you a number to cross here. Save it volume. Okay. So we wanted to understand in JavaScript what we have that is equal to component in React. Read this line. Reusable code, they serve the same as purpose as function in JavaScript. Here, they serve the same as function in JavaScript. Correct? So inside JavaScript, we write the function, and the same thing is going to call as a component in React. Okay, but when we write JavaScript code inside function, mostly you write JavaScript code also, HTML code, or you may not write the HTML code. Where? In the JavaScript. Remember, outside, shall I open some example? Let me go to the JavaScript basic folder, and this is somewhere I have written JavaScript. This is your folder only, JavaScript. Okay, inside that, if I go to the data binding, multiple functions you have. You can open here. You can see this function. This is a function. Is that returning any kind of HTML code? No. What this says, even it will return the HTML. In JavaScript, we have both options. It may return HTML code or it may not return the HTML code. Let me open the data binding thing. Look at here. If you look into this function, you can see this function is returning HTML code also as a button and paragraph. React says like it is not optional that your component will not return the HTML. It says like this serves same as the purpose of function in JavaScript, but work in isolation and return is what? It's return at last as a HTML only. In JavaScript, we can write function that may return or may not HTML code, but React says like no, it must return the HTML, and that you can implement in two ways. Two types. One is using the class, another one using the function. Class component concept is gone from market. Now what is ruling in the market? This one, called a functional. That's called a hooks. Hooks and redux. Come to our code now. Okay. When you saw here, app is a function. Inside the app, some code is written, but at last, what is returning? Is returning the HTML. You do any functionality, but when matter will come to return, you must have to return as a HTML. Okay. In the term of JavaScript, it will be called as a function, but in the term of React, it will be called as a component. But which one you are talking? We are talking about app.js or app function. We are not talking about app.js. App.js is a file name. You are talking about this function that is called app. So app is a function in JavaScript, whereas app will be as a component in React. Okay. Now come to our code where we have written developer guide. We can write here a component. What is that? It is again independent function. Independent function, same as JavaScript function. It is an independent function, same as JavaScript function, but it return as HTML. It return as HTML. It is independent function as JavaScript function, but it return what? As HTML. Whatever it return in the form of HTML. You can write another line. The return statement. The return statement of a React component will be in the form of JSX. The React component as a function, whatever it is going to return as a HTML code, it will not be only pure HTML. It will be in the form of what? It will be in the form of JSX, JavaScript and XML. It will return the HTML code, JavaScript code in the form of JSX. Full form of JSX you can write. JSX, JavaScript, RIPT, JavaScript and XML. Simple, you can say JavaScript and XML. Then you can say, I cannot see XML here. Right? XML is where you have written in the first, when you are modifying the app.js file, when you have written one element, it was working. And as soon as you apply the second element paragraph you have added, it was throwing the error. That is the rule of XML only. XML says like, if you have multiple elements, you cannot print directly. You must have to keep inside a parent element. That is the first rule of XML. Okay. Then based on that, XML says like, again, it is not necessary that you should use a predefined tag. You can use everything as a user defined. Then React says like, it is not necessary the parent will be only user defined. It can be empty tag also. Okay. So because of that, you are going to say JSX is called as JavaScript and XML. Now where it comes from? JSX come from your JavaScript will be there, plus HTML will be there, plus XML rules will get applied. XML rules will get applied. XML rules will get applied. Okay. JavaScript and XML, JSX come from where? JSX will be JavaScript plus HTML plus XML rule regulation. Okay. Then next you will ask me, you have not given any example of XML, how I'll understand the rule regulation? No problem. We are going to write one small example where you will come to know, oh, this is called a rule of the XML. Okay, done it. Let's go inside now. So first understand the HTML idea you have, JavaScript idea you have. You don't have idea on XML. Okay, so we'll write here below sample XML file, simple XML code, simple XML. Okay, simple XML code. Okay, now when you write HTML file, what you write in the first line? HTML. Then if suppose someone asks a question, why you write only HTML? Why not hello? So this is HTML. Go for interview and then say once it is HTML, so that we are writing HTML. Okay. Then people will say, what people will say? I was supposed to reject you, because of that I am rejecting you. I was supposed to reject you, because of that I am rejecting you. Okay. Hmm. Question is why we write HTML in the beginning of the line. When I have written the first HTML line, I have explained you why you write only HTML in the beginning. Okay. You explain, you inform to the browser saying like below document belong to where? HTML. Okay. Right? Below document belong to where? HTML. Even I have given the many different example. In that I have added one point saying like, if you are going for interview somewhere in a big building, your company where you are going, it is available on 6th floor, security guard is not there, any name plates is not there, and but company is inside. Correct? You will go there and press the first floor button. Ask someone, hi, XYZ company is there. Say, sorry, I don't know. You will come back, go to the left, again press second button. Go to the second floor, ask someone, he will say, no, I'm new here. Go to the third floor, no one will be there. Come back, go to the fourth floor, no one will be there. Then you will become, okay, let me go to the 20th floor directly. I'll come from top itself. You went on the 20th floor and then from there start walking through the steps. Let me see wherever I find. You found, okay, it is on the which floor? 6th floor. Now, how long you spent the time? Once you go inside, HR will say, sorry, you are half an hour late. Because of that, you write HTML in the beginning of the line. You inform to the compiler saying like, user are too busy nowadays. People have no any millisecond of time to wait in front of the monitor. So please understand, inside the code, whatever the code is written, all belong to where? HTML. Don't take long time to execute. Execute as soon as possible. User can wait maximum 1.5 seconds only. User cannot wait more than 1.5 seconds. That is a normal standard page loading time nowadays. Okay. When I started my career, that time it was 6 seconds. People can wait in front of the monitor for 6 seconds. When jQuery came in the market, from 6 seconds become to the 4 seconds. After typing the URL enter, it should load within 6 seconds. When the React came in the market, Angular came in the market. Okay. These people say like, no, 4 seconds is very late. Let's reduce it. 2.5 seconds. Okay. Now customer demand says 2.5 seconds is also much. We can't wait for that much. As soon as I press the enter key, you should be in front of me. Then people survey says maximum how long? 1.5 seconds. As soon as you type google.com, enter, Google should load within 1 second only. Else you will go to some other website. Understood? So what is the reason why we write HTML in the first line? We inform to the compiler saying like, this document belong to HTML. Don't take long time to execute, understand quickly and give the response fast. Okay, so go here. In XML also, in the beginning only the first line you have to write as a XML and you have to write version also equal to 1.0 and close the XML. So this says like, as soon as your compiler enter inside your code, your compiler will understand, oh, it is XML code. Written. Now come down below. That was like when we write HTML, we inform in the beginning. Now inside the, after once the compiler come inside, right? Your compiler should understand, your browser should understand which one is the main element and which one is the child element. For that, which tag you follow? You follow any tag. In HTML open and close, what are the elements are there? 2 element, 2 sub element. One is called head, another one is called body. Okay. So here in XML case also, you have to write one element as a parent element. And in XML, all the tags are user defined. It is your freedom. You can write any tag. Okay. Now suppose you are going to store some 10 user details in a XML file, right? So user name, city, pin code will come. There will be a lot of users. Okay. Now, how you are going to represent that XML? Let's write here call user, open, and user close. It is not like user only. You can open the high and close the high. Okay, but since you are going to store the user data, so you are opening the tag called user. Okay. Now for user, what are the inputs you have? What are the properties you have? There can be name. So open the name tag and write call Ganesh. Close the name tag. Okay. It is your own tag completely. Okay. You want to store their age. Open the age tag and write here 30 years. Close the which tag? Age tag. Now come down, write their city, which tag the city belong to, city, write call Bangalore and close the city. So you found like name is nowhere defined tag, age is nowhere defined tag, all are user defined only. Write it first. Okay, hope written. Now after that, how many users? Maybe one user or maybe multiple user, right? Let's copy the same content from here. Okay, let's keep one more user. Paste it below. Ganesh change to something else. Years, Bangalore. Okay, now look at there. Inside one user, how many elements you have? 3 element, name, age, as well as city. Name we have not printed directly. Since there is a more than one element, so we kept inside another element that is called user. So user become as a parent element, whereas name, age, city become as a child element. Okay. Next, after that, how many users you have? 2 users. So one user become one element, another user become as a another element. Again, your document become as a invalid document. In one HTML page, how many times you open the body tag? Only one time. Now look at here. You have opened one body tag and you have opened one more body tag. The document become 100% invalid. Let's copy this. Paste in a file and we'll run it. There will come to know really true or false. Copy this code. Copy this code. Oh, this much. Including XML you need to copy. Copy this much. Including XML line, copy this much. And paste in a new file. Paste in a new file and save the file called user.xml. 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 XML. User.xml. 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 Save it now. Saved. Run this. Run in the browser directly. How you run the HTML file? Same way you can run it. Run this file directly in the browser. See any error is coming? I will also run this file in the browser. You can see here. Very good error. It says like this page contain the following error. At the line number 8, extra content something something end of the document something something something, right? Now let's go to the same thing. Okay, XML says like in XML all the tags are user defined, that you have followed the first rule. Second rule says in XML there must be one parent element, that we have missed out. So right here called user list. User list open and user list should be closed. User list open and user list will be closed. User list open and user list closed. So XML says like every XML file, all the tags are user defined, that we have made it. Username, city, age, all is user defined. You wrote it. Second XML says in every XML file, there must be one root element. There must be one parent element. So what you follow now? User list. Save the file and check once. Working or still error? You can see something like this. I will run my file. I'll show you. You can see here. It look like this. Something like this. Or different. This is the code. Open the user list and close the user list. Save it, then try. The second rule. Second rule was what? XML should be, all the XML element must have a parent tag, that we follow. The third rule also you should listen. Third rule also you should listen. What is that? XML tags are case sensitive. User you have open capital, close as a capital. It should not be start with a capital and close with a small. It's an error. Only 3 rules. First rule, an exact same rule is applied in your React JSX. First rule, the tags can be user defined. Second rule, all the element must be inside a parent element that you wrote here. And third rule, XML tags are case sensitive. If you have open capital, close capital. If you have open a small, close the small. Should not be open start with a capital and close with a small. It will become a error. Exact 3 rules are applicable in your JSX. So it is here now. I'll show you again. You can see no error. Anyone error here? Check proper. Only 3 policies. In that 3 policy, you miss someone. Not working. You have error on the first line. Person equal to. What you wrote? User list open, user list closed. User open, user closed. Name open, name closed. Age open, age closed. City open, city closed. Below again, name open, name closed. Age open, age closed. City open, city closed. User open, user closed. XML, DER, SQL, 1.0. Give a space after double quote. Go again to the there. Go to the view. Select from in. What is it? Declaration allowed only at the start go to your code. Genesis space they are given in the beginning before first line before question mark. Not that space. Question mark version equal to 1 equal to if the right edit not work. Programming have to be right. Here you know curly bracket you know that. Okay, now so come to the developer guide again. Right here, hope it is working for you. So in XML, how many rules you saw? How many rules you saw? The first rule is XML must have user defined tag that we wrote. Second, we wrote every XML file will have one parent tag that also you wrote. The third you wrote XML tags are case sensitive. Right here. Right here, call point number 1. XML tags are different. XML tags are user defined. Second one, XML tags are different. Different in lower and uppercase. XML tags will be different if you are writing lowercase and uppercase. The third point will be every XML file, every XML docs should have parent only one parent element. So XML tags are user defined. Next, after that, XML tags are different in lower and uppercase. After that, every XML doc should have only one parent element. Only one parent element. So all three we have written. Hello. Yes, sir. Accepted. Hold on. Not yet, but I'll update you. Give some time. Give me some time. You have option in the chat. No, I'll reply over there. I'm in between. I'll update you. In between of some time. Written. Now see, you have created the file today. Which file? App.js file. In app.js file, you have one parent element. Parent element is there or not? You follow no theory format, not theory format, core format. Next, you wanted to understand whether really it is different or not. Lowercase, uppercase is different or not. So I'll go here, just to have a look. Suppose H1 I open a small and I am closing the H1 as a capital. Both become different. H1 is small, open and close as a capital. I'll go to the browser. You can see it throws the error here. It's saying as a what? H1 is not matching. What tag you have opened H1 is small, you are trying to close capital, it's not matching. That is the same rule, what you wrote here. The XML tags are different in lowercase and uppercase. That is also matching in your React. Next, what it says, XML tags are user defined. So what we saw today, we saw here in the beginning, we have written ABC open, ABC close, right? After that, what you wrote, empty open and close. Then you follow the square bracket open and close. So empty and a square bracket is a React another rule, whereas ABC we have open here as well as ABC we have close here. This is the rule of which one? This is the rule of XML. Now see, I'll run the page. Okay, H1 is still a small. Right? Now it should work now. See, working here. So next, if I ask you, this line is valid or invalid? JSX meaning is what? JavaScript code plus HTML code you have written today. And in that, what you are applying? The rule regulation from the XML, right? Okay. So if anyone asking the component, you can speak a lot. You can say it is just like a function, but it will return in the form of JSX. That will hold the HTML, that will hold the JavaScript, and that will hold the rule regulation of XML. Whereas XML have some rule regulation that will apply in JSX. What are rule regulation you have written here? Tag must be uppercase and lowercase are different, is a case sensitive. After that, you can say it can be user defined tag also, where I can follow the square bracket, I can follow the empty tag, I can follow the, you can say any user defined tag. After that, in every component, where I'm writing, it must be inside a parent tag, right? So that all are based on 3-4 rule regulation of XML. Next, after here onwards, you will write the rule of JSX. Rule of JSX. Okay, we can write quickly. Number one, if inside a component, more than one JSX element. So what is this JSX element? JSX element is nothing but the tags. You are writing the JSX, inside that you will follow the tag. That is called a JSX element. So if inside a component more than one JSX element is required, then the parent JSX, then keep inside parent JSX element. Then keep inside parent JSX element. Then keep inside parent JSX element. Example, you can open the div tag, you can close the div tag, and inside the div tag, you can write multiple, suppose H1 as about us, close the H1. After that, in one P tag, you can write call us. Close the P tag, then we can write call email us. something you can write. Right, close the p tag. So it represent inside one component we have multiple element, then we will be keeping under the main element, that is called div. Hope next 3-4 days, not next 3-4 days, next nearly 20 classes. Okay, next nearly how many classes? 20 classes. Okay. If I am starting 5-minute session late also, you must be here by 11 o'clock. If you are coming late, your confusion with you. If you are coming late, आपका confusion आपको मुबारक, means your confusion carry with you. Okay, will not wait for you and will not look into your system. Clear? आप समझ जाइए बाकी अपना responsibility, and then what time you are coming, you need to plan. Okay, hope written. Let's go. Write the next one. If inside a component, more than one JSX element is required, then the parent JSX element can be user defined tag also. Parent JSX element can be user defined tag also. For example, it's like if inside a component more than one JSX element is required, then the parent JSX element can be user defined tag also. Same division copy paste and write here called ABC open as well as ABC close. Correct? Written 2. Remaining will write tomorrow. I have some other work now. Thank you. See you tomorrow on the same time.